Good evening, folks, and welcome back to another live stream. I'm here, as always, with none other than Mr. Beeman. Good evening, Mr. Beeman.
Hello, fellow sinners. Hello.
It's been a while since I last did one of these, isn't it, on my Twitch accounts? But yeah, we're back once again, and we're here, as you can see, with a 47. So yeah, we're going to start this special spooky Halloween stream, pardon the pun, with a look, with a run up to Chester with this 47, with a upcoming. Oh, Jamie, there's always going to be one, aren't there, that's got to ruin it. Good evening, Mr. Darlington. Yeah, so basically we're going to start the stream off with a run up the North Wales Coastal to Chester with the 47. Before that, we're going to look at this upcoming reskin pack, which includes the vintage trains coaching stock, and then we'll look at the upcoming GCR reskin coaching stock reskins that I've also been doing. So we'll start off. Basically, this is a pack that it's something that I've been looking into for a while, because at the start of the year, obviously, I showed a reskin of the support coach. Some of you may remember. And yeah, basically, I started off. It was obviously the default textures of the AP Mark 1, and this is what it looks like now. The beautiful chocolate and cream colours. So the pack basically will come with a chocolate and cream BSK with the correct numbering on the side and the regional letter, so 35470, and obviously the region's W. And you then also got a Mark 1 BFK with the appropriate numbering. And then you get these beautiful looking Pullman Mark 1s, which they've sort of been done. Oh, very funny, Mr. Darlington. Cheeky so-and-so. Basically, these have been done as a temporary thing because we haven't got the actual Metrocamel Pullmans in TS, so these are sort of a substitute. So before anyone starts going, oh, they're wrong, we know they're wrong, but it's the best thing we have in TS at the minute. Obviously, then we go down to something that, for those who remember the mainline Hall pack by Steam Sound Supreme, it was a enhancement pack. I'm sure you remember this, Mr. Beeman. Along with the locos in that pack, you had some reskins of the Mark 2s and some Mark 1s. Obviously, the Mark 2s had a freshly painted livery and a sort of faded livery. I've done the same with the AP Mark 2s, Mark 2A coaches. Yes, it is the vintage trains coaches. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, basically you have a faded version which looks like this. It's pretty much the default textures, apart from the cream is slightly yellowy as it is in real life, as opposed to that horrible. It's almost the bloody white livery, isn't it? The default colours weren't they, Sam? The default cream was almost white, really, wasn't it? It didn't look particularly cream-like.
Yeah, faded cream, wasn't it?
But it didn't look right, if you ask me. But yeah, and then you then get the freshly painted colour, which is obviously this. As you can tell, it does stand out to the other colour scheme. And so basically, you get two TSOs, a freshly painted version and a faded version, which is freshly painted, faded. And then you get two BSOs, which again are freshly painted and also faded. This is the freshly painted version. And yeah, that's basically it, really. So you get two BSO liveries, obviously faded and painted, two TSOs, two FOs and an RBR, and obviously the BFK and the BSK as well. And in total, all the coaches are correctly numbered as per the real life version. And basically the idea is that, so you can see here, all the Mark IIs and the two Mark 1 brake coaches have got preset numbers, so that it goes from a selection of preset numbering. So obviously this is 5198, 5191, 5212, 5157 and 9101. Obviously I've not got in this rake is 5177, although that is one of the numbers that comes with the Mark IIs. You only get one version of these two coaches because it was just easy at the time, and it was very hard to find material to do a faded version of these, so I've just sort of gone to the best option, which is a mixture of both the faded and the painted and the freshly painted version. But they look really good, don't they, Mr. Beeman? And I know the testing was a bit hilarious, wasn't it? And for anyone
I love these coaches.
Say again.
I think I love these coaches. I think you've done a fantastic job.
I think they're brilliant, personally.
And I think the one thing that obviously before these get released, and this is an important thing that we've decided to do.
I was just coming to this. Go on.
They are a bugger to install, aren't they, at the moment with all the geo files? What we're going to do is we're going to introduce a bat file for these coaches, so you can literally just drop the asset folder into the Railworks directory, and then just double click the bat file, and it all installed the geos to the right places. That's what we want, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Because it's an absolute bloody nightmare to install them with just the geos, and I know this because I had to do it via the geos when testing.
Have you got?
I said to you, Dave, didn't I? I said, yeah, we need a bat file for these.
Have you got the latest version since they've had the heads out views done?
Yeah, I should have, because you put it in the testing download links.
Yeah, because I updated the download link and then had a bollocking off Jordan for not going through him or whatever. But yeah, so basically, these are practically ready for release. To be honest, I need to put together a trailer video of them, and we need to get a bat file sorted for them, and then they can be released. They won't have a GUV because I believe Callum or Patchy is it 82F? Have I got that right?
84.
84. I always get it wrong. 84F has already done a GUV. It was the old VP one, but it's a good substitute until until AP pull their finger out the arse and actually get round to doing one. But yeah, so those are interested. Yes, it's the Vintage Trains coaching stock. The 47 reskin is of the Welsh Marches unbranded version of the Welsh Marches 47, and is available from the Steam store. The reskin is from Major Wells Design and has two versions, both with and without the AP47 sound pack, which I believe is no longer available from AP's website. Sorry. But yeah, so we'll jump in the cab of this and we'll take it for a run up to Chester, and then we'll have a look at the star exhibit of the show, which is the GCR Mark 1 thing, which is something I've been looking forward to teasing people with for a while. So we'll jump in. Sam, just say something so I can hear you above the sound of this bloody 47.
Okay, yeah. Are you looking at the stream now to see if my voice is loud enough, kind of thing?
Well, I'm looking to see whether I can actually hear you generally through my headphones without looking through the stream. So it may be a case I have to actually give me 30 seconds just to up the. I know what I need to do. What I'll do, I can do that.
Could always ask people who are watching if they can hear us, you know.
All I've done, I've just pulled your audio up on your user volume, so it should make it a little bit clearer for people who can't hear. But we'll open the doors, we'll release the brakes if the brakes will release. That is the one thing I hate about these 47, is it's very hard to release the brakes on it. The AP ones are so much easier. We'll stick it into neutral.
I just want to put that out. Just want to put this out there that the this 47 is not designed for the AP sounds, and it's not actually implemented properly,
No,
as
it's
far
not.
as I know.
No, it's not. I have
Because
absolutely no power.
Because it doesn't have the rev up sound, does it?
Well, it does, but they're very poor. You can't hear it in the passenger view. Only the external view. Whereas that, but that's the problem with sound packs, is it doesn't work the same way as EPs do. Why is that? Just done that. We'll knock that back slightly. I don't like the way it hisses so much. I don't remember the AP packs don't hiss like that, and nothing else does that. So I think it is just. I just think it's the sound break the model a little, or they just don't work right. So we'll watch these go out the station.
They're lovely coaches, these.
Oh, they are. They're beautiful.
So yes, this is basically our BLS Halloween stream kind of thing, isn't it? Well,
yeah. Unfortunately, because we're the only ones that wanted to really do a stream, aren't we? So we're just doing it for the sake of it, really, aren't we? It's just not.
Yeah, I mean it's not the official one that we was hoping for, but because well, we just didn't happen, did it? But this is sort of a. Well, I mean, it's to be honest, this stream isn't very Halloween related. I mean, there's nothing Halloween here we can see, is there, in a minute? But
No.
it's a special stream showcasing some of your upcoming work, isn't it? That's
yeah,
what it's.
That's basically what it is, really. Yeah. And obviously, I haven't streamed for ages, guys, so I thought I'd do a stream anyway as well. Mainly, that was the main thing. Got a green on the peg.
I have uploaded a small little Halloween kind of video to the YouTube channel, which is looking back at the Trains vs Zombies DLC from 2011.
God, I feel old when you tell me that. When you say that, I feel so bloody old.
Oh, it was actually, to be honest, it was quite painful to make. I didn't really enjoy making it that much as what I thought I would, because it just there's nothing really you can say about it, because it's so old.
This sounds terrible.
It's so outdated.
Yeah, I don't know. No, the AP sounds do not work with this at all. They look so bad, or they sound so bad. So, for those who are curious, we've changed the passenger views on the BFK, the FO, and the TSO to be as per the external view. So you've got the sort of appropriate colour scheme. Just going down the coaches currently. Should that locomotive be making that hissing noise? Can you hear it? Oh, it's gone there. No, it hasn't. Can you hear that hissing?
Is it like a noise?
Yeah. It shouldn't be doing that, surely.
I think that's the brakes, to be honest, because I'm pretty certain even on the original not even, they're not, well, are they Kuju sounds? Aren't they? Well, they're not. Okay, the DTG sound. I think even on that you can hear echoes.
Yeah.
I think it might be something to do with the model.
Wouldn't surprise me. Come on, do your thing. There you go. Yeah, for some reason, when you drop the brakes on, you don't get that hiss straight away like you would do. on the other add-ons. Excuse me, I've got flipping hiccups now. Okay, folks, so we've made it to Chester. As you can see, we're at Chester now. We've made it to Chester, and that's obviously the first part of the stream. So yeah, quick recap. The Mark 1 or the Vintage Trains Coaching Stock Pack isn't out yet. There's a few little bits and pieces we need to do before we can get it out. As Sam said earlier, we're gonna get one of our guys to do a back file for it because we want to be nice to you all. There's an awful lot of geo files to swap and to put into the actual Vintage Trains folders, and it's an awful lot of work. And as Sam explained, it drove him bonkers. Not that it takes much. Sorry, Sam, I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Yep, I know.
But yeah, they look absolutely fantastic. I'm so looking forward to if we get a new. To put this politely, I am told we're getting a new Castle and Hall. I am looking forward to it because they will look so good with these coaches. That cream nut looks a lot nicer, the chocolate looks a lot nicer, and they just look bloody fantastic. As do these beautiful coach reskins as well. So again, as I said already, the numbering is preset numbering so that it gives you the correct number for the coaching stock. So it's the BFK is the correct number, and as is the BSK. The Mark IIs, however, are on a random selection of the appropriate numbers for the Tarsi set. However, they are selected at random. So if that makes any sense, I'm sure someone know exactly what I mean. But basically, there are. Off the top of my head, I think there's. Hang on, I've got the coach book in front of me. Let's have a quick look because I think there's 4. I think there actually might be 5 TSOs. I think off the top of my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, there's 5 of them. 5157, 177, 191, 198, and 212. Yes, and they are selected at random. So basically, with the Mark IIs, you have a freshly painted version, which is a standard version, and a weathered version, and that's both of the TSO and the BSO. You also then get a heads out, a custom heads out view of the reskin itself, of both the TSO, the FO, and the BFK. So I think we've about covered that bit really. I don't know if you've got anything else to add for this bit, Sam?
No, like I say, I put my thoughts on them. I love them. I think you've done a brilliant job on them, and like I say, I can't wait to get them out there for the public. Really, it's just we've got to get that back file done really, because I know that members of the public, and especially people who are new to the TS community, will struggle to install these if it was copy and pasting.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Is the one thing that the TS community really doesn't have with anything really is instructions or guidelines on how, or guides on how to do stuff. It's very much if you're in the know, you're fine. If you're not in the know, you're royally effed. And I'll to put it politely, I'll let those who know what I mean. You can translate that into your own words. But yeah, it's the biggest problem with train sim. It's funny because when I look at things in some of the Discord servers I'm a part of, you get people going, how do you drive an advanced steel haircut? And you think to yourself, well, I know this, but the problem is there's no real guide on how to do it. And it's the same with the AP stuff. There's no real guide on how to do things, and it's a real shame because it's people sort of. It makes me laugh because people say, "Oh, I'd rather have the easy stuff or the simple stuff," but the problem is though is you don't get that realism with the old stuff like the old 7F. So you haven't got the reverse lock, you haven't got the advanced steam chest, you've got none of that. But people say it's easy because they know how to use it, and it's fair enough. I fully agree with them. But for me, I prefer the advanced stuff. I love the way the AP have the vacuum air brake settings on the brakes, so you can set between the two. Likewise, I love the advanced steam chest on the Black Fives and the Bosman Games stuff. I love the whistles. I love the way the handle. Yeah, I think it's just a case of people who are, as you said, are new to the community aren't quite used to these things yet. And there does need to be almost videos to explain how to do stuff. And I've
Yeah. Also, another thing is one thing that does kind of really need to be specified, and it hasn't been specified on some of the BMG stuff, is the fact that you cannot use the HUD on driving the advanced steam locomotive. It doesn't work. You know, the F4 HUD.
yes.
It's basically what I call the Hornby controller. It's basically stuff a
I
beginner
remember
uses.
Reese of Angry Ocean Reductions used to call it Fisher Price Toolbar, and I called it that for a while. But yes, I will just change where the thing is so we get a nicer look at the 47 rather than looking down the train, the carriage. So while we're chatting, but yeah, I fully agree with you. You notice, guys, while I was driving then, I had the F5 hood. So, just for those who don't know the difference between the hoods, that might be something actually, Sam, it's worth explaining quickly. Because basically in TS there are 3 different hoods that you can use. There is, Sam's basically referring to this one. This hood, which is the F4 hood, doesn't work with the Bosman Games steam locos. It doesn't work. Well, the regulator does, but it doesn't work for the reverse or the brakes. However, you can actually, you're going to see, I use this just to see where I'm going. So signals and stations and speed limit now and again. But a lot of the time, you'll notice earlier when I was driving, I was using the F5 hood. And I use that for steam because it shows you your fire mass, it shows you water level in the boiler. I'm trying not to kick the printer on. Turn it on. Don't want to turn the printer on. Only problem with this is though, is if you're in heads out view, you can't really see it.
No, because the sky kind of, yeah, it depends on the colour of the sky,
it's
really.
Okay when it's the blue, but when you go into the white bit like that, it sort of blends in a little. It's not great, but yeah. But having said that though, I'm going to shut that up because it's driving at the bloody wall, because that's awfully loud. But having said that though, I've just lost my train of thought, pardon the pun. Yeah, having said that though, with the steam locos, you can actually, for the gauges, you can work off the gauge glasses. And a minute ago then, well, with the diesels and electrics now, I'm trying to use the gauges in the cab more rather than relying on the F5 hood, because it's so much easier to do and it's more realistic. And that's the key thing about it. It's more realistic to work off the gauges. If you can teach yourself to work off the gauges, it's so much more realistic. It's very hard to do though, and I have to try and teach myself not to keep pressing the F3 hood, so I'm knowing where the speed limits are. I'm sort of actually learning the route as I'm going along. So you'll notice earlier that I didn't when we were approaching the 65 limit on the approach to I can't even know the location, to be honest. Beeston Castle. I didn't have the F3 hood. I only had the F5 hood up. So when the AWS went off with the caution speed limits is 65, and the yellow upside down triangle, is the way I can describe it. I hit the AWS to cancel it, shut the power off, and began to brake. So that by the time I shut the power off, so that I was coasting towards it at sort of 80 mile an hour, whatever it was. By the time I got to the caution, I'd shut the power off and was beginning to brake, so that I was getting down to 65 mile an hour speed limit. And that's the thing, is it's very hard to train yourself to do that, but that's the realistic way drivers drive, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it is very, very difficult because some routes in real life, there's no line-size speed limits, which is bloody irritating. And one of the routes that obviously myself and Will have been working on is Peak Rail. There's very little speed limit signs on that, so you unless you know the route off by heart, it is so hard to know where to shut off to apply power. It is quite difficult. obviously, real life drivers are given route learning, or they learn the routes off by heart, and obviously sign the cars so that they know the route off by heart. Anyway, are we going to jump into the next bit and play with the 37 now? Because if I see this
Yeah,
47 much
I
longer,
think we
I'm going
shall.
to fucking scream at it. Okay, so next part of the stream now, guys. We're only at 49 minutes long, and that's really bad because it's supposed to be at least a 3-hour stream. We'll run out of content at this rate to show off. Anyway, so basically, I don't know if you've seen these apart from earlier. Was earlier the first time you have seen these reskins yourself?
For me, yes.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. So, I'll just quick a little disclaimer at this point. Again, well, three disclaimers. One, what you're seeing on the screen may not be the finished reskin. Things may be a little bit slightly different prior to release or when it's released. And again, like with the vintage trains coaches, what I'll probably do is I'll probably do another live stream to show these off prior to the release. I want to try and get both of these things released before I go away, because I'm away for 2 weeks in December, and I want to try and get these released before December, so that that's the backlog over for me, and then we can worry about Pete Rail next year, because there's no way that's getting released now. It's nowhere near ready to be completed, as people may have heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a bit tight to get it done next year, isn't it? Really?
Well, yeah, that's true enough. But anyway, yeah, the second disclaimer is that the route is the Great Central Railway. However, it is a private version that I've been given by Will Braddock and isn't currently publicly released. So, before anyone asks again, because I had this earlier, I know we've had this in the past, this version of the route isn't currently publicly available, and that is it basically. I know Steam's House of Prunes were working on a version of the route. I don't know what's happening with it, and quite frankly, I don't care. Right now, I could not give a monkeys. I care about these reskins. So, basically, just to jump in, basically what we're saying now, apart from obviously the vintage trains coaches, I have been working on a secret project. No one knew about it. I don't think anyone in BLS knew about it, but it was something I started working on because I was bored, I had nothing to fucking do, and I threw myself into doing these. And like with the vintage trains coaches, they are correctly numbered to the best of abilities. So they are preset numbers. Yeah, basically preset numbers, and they are pretty much working off photos of what they look like. Obviously the correct bogies as well, in the correct regional letter. So here you've got E21184 BCK, and it's obviously in a slightly better shade of blood and custard, with the lovely roof texture, which is probably from Sam Arner's, and I've got his name right this time, I can't get told off, from Sam Arner's review of a trains coach, in fact, because I like the texture of the roofs. I didn't get his name wrong that time, Mr. Beeman. I got it right.
Usually you say Lewis Arner, isn't it?
So basically, one of the things that used to bug me about the AP Mark ones, the default ones, is, and I didn't realise this until I started looking through videos of the GCR Mark ones, is the reefs are slightly lighter in shade, and also the cream is a lot better. Again, the cream on the default Mark ones is bloody horrible. But I didn't want to use the Golden Age Developments Mark 1s, because then it meant I couldn't use the dark shaded reef for other things. So I thought, well, okay, what can I do? And I thought, well, I'll do my own reskins. So the cream, I can't remember how I did the cream. I did the cream. I am going to alter the because they're actually off the Golden Age Developments. I just drop the thing, and I will look, because I think those are actually white in real life, or they may not have them on some of them, but yeah, these are not the finished skins. They will be slightly different when they get released. They may be different, so please don't take this as the final version yet. The roof's all correct, the colours are correct, it's just the ends may get altered or may not be right, but yeah. So yeah, I've lightened up the chocolate. The cream's obviously a lot nicer. It looks cream, not bloody white, Labrador white. So obviously, I've got these just dumped in the siding at the minute. So you've got a rake of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coaches. Now, one of the things, can you even remember this, Sam? One thing bug I noticed about when the AP Mark 1s got released, we had no version of the BCK with the yellow first class marker on the side that didn't have the cant lining on it. And
yes.
that really, really bugged me. So I did it. I actually done that myself. I've done it correct as it is in real life, from working off photographs and all that malarkey. You'll also notice that the corridor end doors have got the sort of greyish, blackish, well, greyish, black, whatever you want to call it, ends to them, and that is on the, I think all of them actually, I believe. So they've all got the correct door to them. In fact, there's only 2 of the Mark 1s that haven't, and you can just see the maroon ones here. So yeah, what do you think? First impressions to the chocolate and cream ones?
Yeah, look really good. I must admit, I'm liking the one that you're looking at there, the one with the yellow above it. It's just yeah, because like you say, the cant line was just on there. The orange one, wasn't it? The orange cant line.
Yeah, the mainline cant line version, which is okay for certain things, but not for whatever else. And of course, obviously, the grey roof in real life is grey. Obviously, the TS the default AP version is obviously sort of blacky dark, whatever we'll call it, and obviously it's incorrect. So yeah, that had to get altered. So obviously, here's the maroon Mark 1s. This is a TSO 4922. It is a TSO because the seats are all the same width. This hasn't got the ends to it. This is going to be a real bug to me. I'll have to try and sort this out at some point. But yeah, it's this one has got the sort of yellowy cream. Yeah, it is more yellow into it than cream. The yellow end door to it, which looks very nice. I love it.
What's interesting about that is it doesn't have the C1 written on the side.
No.
Is that deliberate?
No, I'm still yet to do that on these. Because the problem with the TSOs is because the TSO, I believe, I might have to do some work on the maroon ones because the SO and the SK use the fucking TSO texture folders, if that makes sense. So I might have to redo the maroon ones again. Not redo them completely, but I might have to sort of work out how I'm going to do them. He's very hard to explain.
Ooh, I see D6700.
Oh, hello, he's here.
Oh,
bollocks.
Lewis
We've been joined. Oh, shit.
37. No, it's too late now. I've seen it now.
Hello, Ludger. How are you? Long time no speak.
Yeah, I thought it's Halloween. I'll drop in,
That's
give
good.
you a fright.
Very appropriate. You haven't seen these reskins yet, have you? What do you think?
No, but I've been watching the Twitch stream for the past hour though.
That's fair
So
enough. Okay.
I've seen the blood and custard ones, and that 47 earlier, which is questionable.
Yeah, that 47 shit. Oh, you're on about when I did the stream earlier this afternoon with the 31?
No, the green 47 you just drove.
Yeah. No, you're on about Blood and Custard Part 1, so Josh, you're on about this one, aren't you? Because I haven't shown the other Blood and Custard coaches off yet. I've only shown these off so far, but yeah.
I'm on about that one.
Yeah. Well, I'm leaving the best till last at the minute.
Yeah, I know the 37's over there.
No.
No.
No. I'm leaving the best till last. What do you think to this? Because as we were just saying before you jumped in, that obviously the default AP BCK had the bloody cant lining on it, and we didn't have a version without the cant lining with the yellow first class thing. So this is quite a must really for the GCR reskin, isn't it?
Yep.
So yeah, going back to what we're saying, obviously you've got the Marine Mark 1s. They may have to get a little bit of work done to them to get them to look to work as they want them to, but yeah, that's work in progress. Obviously we've got the 37, which this is one of your reskins, isn't it, I believe? Have I got that right?
Yep. Yes, that's part of the
And
D6700 pack.
Yes, it's appropriately numbered for today, 31st of the 10th. We've got a 2 SKs here. Is it an SK? It's got... No. So what is it then? It's alright. I can't remember if it's a TSO or another TSO or an SK that's got the bloody... Ah, it's that one. So it's that one that's got the yellow door on the back. I couldn't remember which one it was. So you've got E4662, and then you've got the Mark 1 BG on the rear as well. So all the coaches have got the appropriate numbers preset, and obviously the bogies as well. Going on to the Blood and Custard Mark 1s, again, appropriate preset number as bogies, and obviously the doors are black as per the real life ones. Roofs are slightly different. The rest of the rake have got slightly lighter roofs, and this one's got a slightly darker one. It works. Doesn't look too bad. I quite like it, to be honest. I've got the BSK in the middle as well. One thing about this set, obviously, you got 5007 there, which I believe hasn't long entered traffic. Because before, I don't remember the set used to set off the platform. I thought they only had 6 before TSOs on a rake. I'm sure I've got that right, although I'm probably wrong. But yeah, so basically then I've got the 37. And if you look at the head code at this end, Lewis, 2022.
Oh yeah, what is it?
2022.
Ah, what's the front one again? Oh yeah,
I couldn't
3
quite-
India, 1 at 1-0.
I couldn't quite do. Oh no, 3110. Yeah, I couldn't quite do it the way I wanted it previously. But yeah, so we'll jump in that in a minute. But leaving the best coach reskin till last, I've hidden these over here. This is something once again Mr. Braddock has kindly donated to the pack. Obviously, in real life, it's not a BCK; it's actually a BSO. But we're having to substitute it for a bloody BCK as we haven't got a BSO in game. And we're not going to mention a certain argument earlier where someone was gumming about a bloody 37, because I'm sure this is more accepting than that was. I fully agree with what you were saying earlier.
Don't get me started. Well, just to clarify, was it a 37/9?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't get me started on it.
Yeah, basically, Mr. Braddock has worked his magic as always and come up with this. This is it 93116, I think. E93116. Obviously, real life, it's a BSA. Obviously, in TS, we're going to use a BCK for it. Guys who are watching, don't kill me for it. I don't care. It's temporary for time being, at least. But yeah, again, we were just saying earlier, weren't we, Sam? This looks absolutely fantastic. And the more look,
I love it.
yeah. Is this? I don't know. Have you seen this before, Lewis? When he was posted in the previous, or is this the first time?
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I saw some work in progress pictures of it.
Yeah.
It is very good. I actually was with Will when he was doing it. Actually.
Oh, okay. Again, this looks fantastic. I know that. I think before we release this pack, Sam, I think it'll have to have the bloody back treatment, won't it? Because it's going to be a bloody big pack.
Yeah, it will need the back treatment.
What? You're going to whack it with a bat?
No, no.
That's not. You can't treat coaches like that.
No. Oh God. Oh no.
Again, as we're saying, this is obviously the flip side of the coach. Will's magic, as always. Mr. Braddock never ceases to amaze us, really, what he can do. I love the difference here.
He's good at what he does,
Oh, he's
and I'm glad he started to actually realise that.
yeah, and me. It's just looking at this. It looks bloody incredible. It looks absolutely fucking incredible. I think it's
Really
the
is,
first time I've actually looked really into close at this, and it's amazing just what you find when you look really close at it.
I mean, you were always asking for stored coaches. Are you happy now?
Yeah.
I think it's lovely. I love the thing is I just love weathered and knackered
Yeah.
things in TS because we
Yeah,
don't
I
have
do.
many of it.
We don't get it very often. We really don't. It's funny. Recently, when I was talking to you guys off stream, was it about 2 weeks ago about the 56 in Train Sim, and I was saying about the fact that we don't have a web version of it, and I had a play myself of doing with it, and obviously, well, I might do it again have a play again at some point, but I've sort of had a go at learning how to do that in TS, and it's again something new I've never done before, and it made me think, hang on a minute, we don't have any weathered bloody what's it's in TS. Obviously, Lewis, you have to do a weathered 37 pack for the RHTT, but again, why do developers not think? Obviously, the default, well, the AP37s themselves, you have sort of various weathered versions, which look really good. I'm not arguing with that, but it's a shame that they never had that with the 56. It never had those three colour schemes, sort of spotless, clean, slightly weathered, more slightly weathered. It's almost like they forget that coaches never say spotless or engines don't say spotless very long. Obviously,
But to be honest, to me, even some of the weathered stuff in Train Sim, though, even some of the weathering that people do, it just doesn't come across weathered enough.
No.
It's not enough. It should be more dirty. There's not enough dirty and scrappy, crap-looking locos in TS. There just isn't. There needs to be more of it, and this is why I keep getting on to you, don't I, Lewis, and saying, "Oh, we need some more weathered stuff. We need to," don't I?
All
Wait
I'm
for Lewis to tell
saying,
you what
all
they're
I'm
for.
saying is, I know something you don't, and stay tuned. That's all I know. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is something that I'm working on. This is going to be a separate reskin for a support coach pack, or support coach reskin. This is a coach that sort of has appeared at GCR. Was it 2 years? Was it last year? Year before? You know the one I mean, don't you? You two. You know which coach I mean, don't you? It was the old 76084 support coach. It sort of appeared at the GCR and sort of stayed since. But yeah, either way, I come up with this. It looks all right. It's about how it looks currently now. Bloody horrible. Something different in TS is obviously having the white, or in the APs, is having the white guards thing rather than the default yellow. Is it sort of yellowy thing? And obviously the roof as well. This won't come with the coach pack, but I thought I'd just show it off just because it's currently on the GCR. As simple as that. But yeah,
it's interesting. It looks like it's a different shade of maroon as well.
well, in real life, it's almost faded, but yeah, it is a slightly different shade of maroon. It's almost like a sort of purpley colour, isn't it? But in real life, it's very faded now. It's almost lost its quite sharp maroon colour. But right, what we'll do now, we'll jump on the 37 and we'll take a run down to Leicester and back. And if we might even manage to do 2 runs because it's only 8:30 now. So, if I'd actually set the cab up already. Now, no, it's the other end. I need to bloody do me magic, set the vacuum up properly, be realistic, and because I've got Lewis in here, I'm going to have to drive very realistically and not break anything, because otherwise he'll tell me off. Because Lewis knows exactly how to drive 37s, and I do, and I'm not going to break anything.
Yep, Sam, take note.
Take note. You see, the thing is though,
Don't touch
when
me.
I do reviews, I struggle to do reviews and drive at the same time. You know.
Do I need the instrument lights on or not, do you think, Lewis?
I always do, but it's really up to the driver.
I'll put them on.
I mean, this cab never ceases to amaze me. It's just fantastic, the detail in it.
Yep. Still inaccurate for D6 700, but it's the best you can do currently. Your loco brake's not on.
Oh. Neither of them are on. Now I've got to wait for the vacuum to go up first, haven't I? I've just had the tick from the guard, so I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for the brake gauge to go up. I'm going to try and drive without the F5 hood, actually. I was just saying earlier, when you caught any of it when you were listening, Lewis, how I try and avoid driving with the F4 hood or the F3
Yeah, I
hood.
heard that bit.
Obviously,
Yeah.
stealing because you've got to drive with the F5 because otherwise you don't know what the gauge is doing, but the fire mass. But with the diesel, you can practically drive from the speed gauges, really, can't you? To an extent, at least.
Mhm. People who know what they're doing can.
Not Sam. Hang on, I know what I've just done. I've not put the fucking AWS on. What were we saying about people not knowing what they're
You see.
doing? Now we've got power.
Sam, you can't say much. You just about burnt the contactors off 37255.
Well, to be fair, on my first review I did of the AP 37 pack Volume 2, I left the bloody brake on when I was trying to leave the station.
Yeah. Also, yeah, we actually had a look at that, didn't we? We figured out that you didn't know how to turn on the wipers. Well, what else didn't you know?
Well, to be fair, that was the first time me playing TS in a long time when I did that review, so...
That's
Hey,
convenient.
spot on 10 mile an hour. How's that for you? Well, it's saying 9, but it'll do. Cab door shut, both windows open because it's bloody hot. Speaking of, my bedroom's fucking roasting. Let's have a window open to kind of keep the room cool. Because the computer switched on and no heat on it, warms the room like hell.
I must admit, this route though is fantastic. This is the Will's GCR, and I'm not sure, I'm not certain, but I do think eventually he has plans to release this version of the route, but I'm not sure when or where it's going to be at this point. It's just it's a real mystery, this route. It really is.
Well, the biggest problem is because it's an SSS route, so you've got to be careful what you do with it, haven't you, really?
Well, I think I'd say the idea is to, well, for him to, well, the general idea was to partner up with SSS on this, and I think that's what he was planning to do with it. But as I say, I don't know. I don't really know much about it. The route is a whole mystery to me.
You're a mystery to us, isn't you, Lewis?
But obviously, even if it did, if for whatever reason this didn't get released with SSS, it would still require the original SSS route, technically, for the assets. So
green signal. There you go, Lewis.
Yeah.
Back to thrash for you.
Yeah, I've recently I was actually in the cab of D6 700. I think it's a beast, I'll say that.
Oh,
field divert.
so you see what I'm doing, Sam? I'm dropping the power gently, not just slamming it off. It's funny, even with the power shut off, you don't actually lose much speed, even though you go up a 1 in 176, you don't lose a lot of speed, really, do you? I'll do a passenger heads out view departure from Quorn, just so Lewis can have his 37 noise. Oh, slip. Didn't like that. Come on.
Made some good noise though.
We'll ignore the fact that I'm speeding and hope that
Oh,
Will
yeah,
doesn't, and hope that Will doesn't even notice I'm speeding, or I'll be dead. Sam, can you get us the link, please, for the what's it?
Yeah, it just pinged what it should have done.
Right, okay. Oh, yeah. I was just, oh, it's saying you unsent a message, so.
Oh, that was a YouTube thing.
Right, okay, no worries.
It was it didn't copy the link properly.
So, I want to get out of Discord to do that. So, for those who haven't already, who are interested in buying a piece of BLS merch, here's the link to the BLS website.
Yeah, we've got cups, we've got coasters, we've got mugs and travel mugs and teddy bears.
A teddy bear with a BLS t-shirt.
Well, that's what Lewis calls it, but
Well,
it's a
that's
BLS
exactly
teddy
what it
bear.
is.
It's a BLS teddy bear though.
I like how, Lewis, I'm just letting the engine do its thing. I'm not even touching the power handle.
That's the correct way to do it.
I've just shut the power off, and it's just rolling at the minute. What I do like about this, I noticed about the 37s, is you can hear the bogies going over the jointed rail. It just sounds so nice. Just to clear out the window quickly. Oh, well, that's right. I've forgotten that I was back to front. We're facing north, aren't we? The number one end is facing north on this. So we're thinking about braking for the speed restriction over the viaduct. Do you know if they've actually got rid of that speed restriction in real life or not?
Don't know. I know that speed restriction's there so they can replace the bridge.
Yeah.
I think it was definitely there at the Winter Steam Gala in January, wasn't it?
It was there last time I went, which was early September.
Got the green on the peg. It is quite boring when you're trundling along at 10 mile an hour, isn't it? It's not as nice as doing the fulls at 25, but
That loco looks fantastic.
oh, it does. And those coaches look a lot better than the bloody horrible default cream, doesn't it, as well? Or blood and custard, sorry.
I trust you also have plans to update this, don't you, as well, to add the D6700 variant with its bronze horn grills and the more cleaner version.
Yeah, it's current version.
Because it's literally the same as what you see in this video, just it has bronze horns covers in it instead of green. And
That, and it's got new paint.
yes.
Check brake off.
Ah, he actually kept the reverser into neutral as he stopped as well. That's good.
Yep. Yeah, you just need James hanging out that door
Yeah.
as the second man.
Is that what he was doing when you was in the cab? Was it?
Oh yeah, because I was in the second man's seat.
I bet that was cool being sat there, you know.
Yep. Was wanted to blow the horn on the second man's thing, and then when I got told I could, it didn't work.
Oh.
So I got completely scammed out of it.
How was that? Oh shit. Lodger.
Yeah.
40 mile an hour?
Good grief.
Sam,
I think that's a bit. A bit too fast there, Jake.
Yeah, I think the manager would like a word with you.
No, what you want is Officer Devo.
Oh no, don't get him involved. No.
Oh, we've got 4 people watching the stream. Yay, 4 people.
You see, as soon as the 37
Yeah.
comes in, we found this out from that Christmas one with the 97s.
Yeah. Right, here's a question from someone who doesn't... I know me 37s, but some of our 97s, they're former 37 dash what? Dash zeros?
Yes. Yeah.
Right,
So
okay,
all of
so
them
they're
are former
not the
dash
So
zeros.
they're not the Merleys dash 9s then?
No.
Right, okay. So I was confused because you said 901, didn't you, or something, or someone did. That's what confused me this morning. A little.
Yes, this is the too many 9s. You got 37 9s, and then you've got
Yeah.
97s.
I don't know why they call it 97. It's still a 37. It sounds like a 37. It
This
looks
is how
like
it works.
one.
It's not a class 97. There's no such thing as a class 97. For example, 97301, which is just how we call it, its actual number is 97301. That's just its departmental number. It's still classified under its TOPS number of 37100.
Hmm.
It's just got the departmental number of 97301. It's not a class 97.
Yeah. But obviously some people get confused with that and call it that, don't they?
Some people say class 97. It's just no, that's not a thing.
No.
It isn't even a 97. That's just the first two digits of its departmental number.
Well, it's a bit like
you had the 24. I think that what was the 24? Was it 9720 something?
Yeah, that had 97 on it, and you had the.
Yeah, that's not a class 97. Yeah, there was the 40, 40 something.
Oh, this is my favourite bit. I love this. This scenery work here is absolutely gobsmacking along here.
It's Will down to a T, though, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah, this is my favourite part of this new version of the route. Got some fantastic screenshots of D6700 along here. So, of all the reskin packs that BLS have done, I've got to say I do have a soft spot for the D6700 pack. I do really like it for
It's
some
funny you
reason.
say that I've not really touched that or 7714 that often, but when I do, I remember why I love them, because they're so nice. And the same with the 97s as well. I love them. I think they're fantastic reskins. Not that I'm trying to suck up to Lewis or anything, but they are fantastic. They look absolutely brilliant. I think I've just got a soft spot for 37s full stop. Not being funny, 20s, 37s, 40s, 50s. They make such a loud noise when they pull when the driver opens the power handle. Then you got 47. It just sounds like a good, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I mean, we know a certain somebody who moans about the underframe now. You know,
Who's that?
Underframe.
I wonder.
Underframe of what? Just to clarify.
Of the 37 slash, well, the 97s as people
Oh
call
yeah,
them.
yeah. I mean, that's there's been a
Yeah.
patch on on
ATS.
ATS. So technically, This is why I've not done it yet, because it would take quite a bit to then script the whole thing and put the bin and update the bin files and all that. But it's possible. It's possible now.
So you want to change it?
For the time of when it was done, it wasn't a thing. So
I'm just going to draw forward right up to here, so we've got the whole as much to show we can on the platform.
But yeah, 37.9s definitely need some of them.
Yes, we can see the corridor end there.
Yep. Looks so much nicer in that.
You know what
It's interesting.
you know what you should do?
Go on.
The tail lamp. You should put the later one there. That way we could say it's James's tail lamp. Well, he does use his tail lamp.
Yeah, can you just swap that out for an object from another pack, though?
You don't even need to do that. You literally just need to go into the bin file and change where it looks for the model for the tail light, and change it from the original one to the, I forget the name of it, but it's like change it from original to modern, and then it'll just do it. Because there's three of them, isn't there? There's three of them. There's the original
oil lamp.
Original lamp one.
And then there's the tail light, and then there's the new.
Yeah, there's the old flashing electric one, and then there's the LED one, which is the current one they use. And you got out of the three of them, they're interchangeable.
Right.
Do you have this version of the route, Lewis?
I have a version. I don't know if it's this version, but I have a version of it.
This is the most up-to-date version I've got for Root. I don't know how up-to-date it is, whether he's done a new version. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. But did I actually turn the recipe of the cab? Yes, I did do. That is good. I think the run back to Loughborough would take us up to the full hour and a half, really, don't you? Because we're running an hour already. It soon goes quick, though, doesn't it? Really. as I was saying earlier to Sam, I think either off street. Oh, hang on, bollocks. I've not set the points. Bollocks. Shit.
Rip.
And that's fucking on stream as well. Bollocks.
Rip. That's forever recorded now.
I swear you did that the last time you ran on this route as well.
Probably did. And of course, Ludgie, you're going to clip that, aren't you, as well?
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
No, you're using the wrong brake. You're using train brake. Should be using loco brake.
Yeah. The loco brake for light engines a lot better, and it's just the way to do it.
The way to do it is to fucking set the points correctly before you fucking reverse. Right, attempt 2. Thank God Will's not here. Or even
Now
James.
you see you've done it wrong already. You see, you're
Why?
supposed to put the throttle into on and let the amps rev up before you move it up. If you look at the needle when you do it, rather than just put it on and then just put it on again before the amps even.
I was doing fine
up.
until I fucking went over that bloody point.
You see, it's thrown you off now.
It has.
See, now it's the same thing. You get in the mood where, like, I've done this, to be fair. You've gone the wrong way, and you're just like, oh, I just want to carry on. Like, I'm behind schedule now. So you just do it unrealistically just to get going again.
That's better. Let the amps go up that time. The problem is now.
To be fair, I've done it as well, and
Mate, you do it just to drive normally.
I've done it, and then what I do is I tend to just put it in reverse and then just full throttle it, so I just zoom off. So I just pretend. No.
Oh dear.
Shut up, stupid thing. Let's just see if I've actually hit the buffers okay. Oh, that's perfect. Wow, look at that. Spot on first time round. I couldn't have got that any better, could I? Right.
Now you need to couple it up and put the pipes in and all that.
If only we could do that in TS, to be honest. Let's get rid of that.
Turn the cab off, put the brakes with the pin and all that.
Yeah. Do you actually put both on, or do you just take?
You take the loco brake off, put the train brake into
off?
full with the pin.
Yeah, but full off, isn't it? Though, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Do you leave the windows open when you do it, or not?
Well, they do it in real life every now and again, so I tend to do it just to make it a bit more realistic.
Yeah.
You know something I've actually never noticed?
Go on.
There's no signals round here, is there?
No, there's not.
I've never actually noticed that.
There is like that, but nothing actually visible.
Yeah.
I don't think there is in real life either.
There
As
isn't.
far as
There
I
I
isn't.
don't think there is, that's what
No.
I'm saying. I don't think I ever noticed it.
Actually, is there a ground signal down there? I thought. Or have I got that wrong?
We'll have to find out. Pity they don't have the original platform for Leicester
Yeah.
North.
You can see where it was, can't you?
Yeah, and I like the way that is. Well, here we go. Steve's here.
Or is he?
He's just muted.
Oh, okay. Why can't I see? Oh, that's why I couldn't see it. It's going to sound not in the right bloody WhatsApp for a start.
Let's try again, shall we? Good
Hello, hello, Steve.
Hey.
How are you?
evening. Bloody marvellous. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Pretty
Tremendous.
decent.
Trying not to break a
What's
37
key?
currently. Trying not to break a 37.
And I'm watching him to make sure he doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, how's the bucket at Llangollen? or Llangollen, or how you want to pronounce it. They've not broken it yet.
It's a bit like a bucket. Yeah.
I still can't believe that they offloaded it backwards. I still can't believe they did that. How stupid.
Hey ho. I'm on it. I'm on nights on it. On bonfire night on the fireworks train. Could be interesting in the dark. It's got no lamp holders inside to put your gauge glass lamp or bugger
Oh
all.
joy.
So.
You have to use the firebox and the light.
Yeah, it doesn't like the gauge glass up very well, to be honest. But I'll put my torch on. My little
Use a head torch.
Yes, just get like a miner's headlamp.
Like a miner, yeah. I'm a miner.
That's the one thing in TS I like on the black fires and all that is the fact you can hit the fire old door, put the flap up, and you get enough light in the cab.
So Steve, did you have any? Steve, did you have any knockers at the door this evening?
Yes, we've had a few knockers. We've had 2 lots of knockers, but there was hundreds of them, so clean me out of sweets, bastards.
We've had nothing. We've had absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I had nothing to be fair. I've seen them. I've seen like 3 of them tonight, but I've not had any.
Good evening, Dare
quote,
Ale.
unquote,
Hello.
knockers, as we seem
Yes,
to
you
be
are
calling
slightly
it.
late, but welcome back to the stream. We're going to be here till about 10:30. We may spend the last hour or half, whatever, talking absolute bollocks, but pardon my French, this is meant to be a family-friendly stream, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, it cuts back to you going down the wrong way.
Oh God, yeah.
Black.
Yeah. Steve, before you just jumped on, I was running around the train and didn't change the point behind me, so I went back down the run round loop. Went, oh shit, put brakes on and fucked up. Yeah. And now I'm speeding rapidly. And now I'm speeding badly. But I did just drop the power properly.
Have you just given up realism or what?
No, I had to actually just drop the power properly. Anyway,
Where are we
reserve
anyway?
lanes, on the GCR, going between Leicester and Wraithley.
Ah.
We've got one viewer watching, because it's probably me, but never mind. That sometimes happens, doesn't it? One person watching the stream. It comes in waves, I find. But
Looks like the tide coming in.
Get ready to flies off the windscreen. I better start beginning to brake, otherwise I'm going to hit that bloody speed and be well over it by the time I get to the right thing. We've got a green on the peg.
Steve, what's occurring?
Not a great deal.
Same.
Overworking on the peg.
You just ask some random questions, you do, Sam.
Well, actually, he asked the thing that Steve normally says when he
I can
joins.
say, yeah.
See, he's
Ooh.
copying already, you know.
What's occurring?
Me driving a 37 badly is what has been occurring.
Yes, yes, indeedy.
I'm not going to be at 10 mile an hour where I should be, never mind.
Is your mate still working on a Llangollen at all, do you?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually. I was talking to him the other night, and I never thought to ask him. We were talking boats.
So you have no idea?
So I have no idea whatsoever, yes. I think he's out and about tonight.
Well, that's dropped my speed nicely. That's actually just coming over that point then.
There's a bit of a gradient there, I think.
Yeah, there is. 1 in 76 up now. 1 in 176, sorry, I said 1 in 76. God, that would be steep. That's super in the brakes on.
So yeah, it does not feel like a year since that that BLS Halloween stream last year on the
No, it
Whitwell.
doesn't.
Oh,
No, it
yes.
doesn't.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, that was this
God.
time last year.
That's gone quick, isn't it?
I
God,
was,
that bus was shifting.
I was saying earlier,
That was good
Steve,
though. We did that. I enjoyed that.
we'll have to do another Christmas Eve stream this
It's a
year.
shame we. I say it's a shame we haven't really properly done it this evening. Really, but
What we should have done, Sam, is had someone make us a pumpkin child object or a headboard. The Pumpkin Express or something.
yeah. So I did a Halloween video
Headbutt just
review.
Yeah.
just says the Halloween
I've seen that.
Havoc.
Yeah.
Halloween.
No, what you
Havoc.
want is you want one that says the Ghost Train on it, don't you?
The
I mean, if we're
Halloween
talking
Hoover.
about scary things, you want a headbutt that says Sam Beeman.
I'm saying nothing.
Should have made a Halloween reskin, shouldn't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
a
I
headboard
mean,
with
it could have been
your face on
interpreted as
it.
a Halloween reskin.
A headboard
Yeah,
with
To
your
be
face
fair,
on
we
it.
could have used Matilda's luminous green 37.
I wasn't going to mention anything. I was not going to mention anything. I was just going to say there was one, but you've just completely called
Who, me
that
or
out.
Sam?
Sam.
Right away from the guard, green flag. I'm under pressure now not to fuck up.
Oh yeah, Halloween, ghosts, spooky stuff. Yeah. Anything scary happened to anyone recently?
No,
Oh, you ain't know. Somebody been to anything to
I've just thought, wasn't it this time
Spending
last year during,
£66,000.
wasn't it during the YouTube stream that we did? Steve was telling us spooky stories or something.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember the one about the wagon. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
the
the
wagons one.
train that just kept rolling past the station. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
Oh,
that.
yeah, that one. Yeah. That was in the Lake District, I think that was, yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was one of the main concepts of last year's Halloween stream, wasn't it? To talk about ghost stories.
Yeah.
Just looking at Sam's face would scare somebody. Oh, sorry. I'll try not to insult people. Right, Sam. Brakes are on. Drop it off for a minute, out the way. Knock it into neutral. Open the cab door. Get rid of the F5 hood for the time being. And we're back at Loughborough. I've got to get a screenshot of the old girl because it looks bloody nice. For those who've only just come onto the stream, the Mark 1s that are being hauled by the 37 are a reskin I've been working on. You'll have a rake of blood and custard, some maroon and chocolate and cream, And also,
Let's go have a look at that weathered one again. Let's go have a look at that weathered one.
I just love it. It's just everything about it. Just the texturing as well on it is really good.
The doors, them doors, and just get a nice close up of them.
They just look really smart, and especially that those have been photo textured as well. So they've actually been textured from photos. Bear in mind, and for that, considering the quality of it, it's really good. Considering
it is, they do look absolutely bloody beautiful. So all I can hear my end is my fucking dad's car going ping 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 because it's reversing onto the drive, and it's driving me up the bloody wall.
Stand clear, vehicle reversing.
Shut up! Don't you start. And obviously on this side you've got the sort of mixtures of colours as well. It's just Will all over. When it comes to reskins, he is just one of the best people I know. And things like
Who's
this.
done it?
Will Braddock. Mr. Braddock.
Oh, Braddock, Mr. Braddock.
But no, this reskin won't be coming with the pack. This will be a separate support coach reskin when it gets released eventually. But yeah, obviously the GCR pack will have the weathered reskin by Will, which is basically a BCK trying to look like a BSO. You'll have blood and custard BCK, and obviously the little blood and custard coaches that are obviously included. These beautiful chocolate and cream coaches, and some maroon stock as well. At the minute, these are not finished yet. There's a few things I do need to try and do. And as Sam pointed out, or I think was it you, Lewis, or one of you pointed out, they don't have any of the C1 things at the ends on these yet, so I need to get that done.
That was Sam that did that.
Right, it was Sam. But yeah, they're all right. They're looking good.
I've thought of a topic we can talk about in the in the filler section.
What? Polyfiller?
I mean, if you want to talk about that, by all means, but it's not what I was referring to.
Should have, I think.
And what's that then, Lewis?
AP Wagon Wednesday.
Ah,
Looking forward to
yes.
that.
That is a very good point.
Wagon Wednesday.
What I saw the screenshot from today. Yeah, they release a wagon pack every Wednesday. Well, every Wednesday so far, and the latest pack from
Every
I saw-
Wednesday for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it looked really good actually. The for this week's looks really good. But no,
It's wagons that we've been needing for a long time.
oh god, yeah, definitely. Is it the TAs? I think we need
Because
a new
you see
one?
them everywhere.
Yeah, because the old TAs that came with, I can't even think what the ones came with. To
Class
be honest.
70.
Yes, was it 70?
You're on about the big box wagons that came with the 70s.
No, the TEA wagons, basically the tankers.
Oh,
Oh,
tankers. Those
the
are ones
bogey tankers.
Yes,
think those are
they're
the ones
under
that came
UV,
with
but I
the
can't remember who they got.
60.
No, it wasn't the 60 ones I'm thinking of. I got the UV version, but I can't think who they came with. It might.
Yeah, I think it was the original class 70.
Yes,
I
it
know
might,
that
actually
came
it
with
might
a
have been the
variant.
70. It might have been a 70. But no,
But then we got some with the 60 from DTG, which was Bossman. And then we
Yeah.
got some from Bossman through AP.
but no, yeah. What can I say?
No, yeah.
So the next thing to be released from me on BLS will be those vintage trains coaches reskins. Yeah, we need. Is it Sam Arner to do the back file? Was it him who did the back files for us? It was somebody else.
Yeah, well, either that or 84F.
Yeah, and then obviously after that, in fact, actually, I can't actually remember if Callum actually offered to do something for him. I can't remember now. I'll have to find out. I'll look back through messages. But either way, that needs doing. Obviously, we can't release these coaches without a bat file. That would just kill whoever is trying to install them. Which is not my intention to try and kill anybody trying to install the damn things.
Demon,
Yes.
I'll be chucking in something in testing in a little bit.
Okay, no worries.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Sounds interesting.
It's a new set of Mark 3s.
Ooh, fair
Yeah,
enough.
the ones by that new rail tour company.
Fair
Oh
enough.
yeah.
Anyone who is new to Jake's Twitch who knows absolutely nothing about BLS,
Not you.
British Locomotive Studios is a freeware train simulator development team who do content for Train Simulator Classic, Trains, Train Sim World. It can be reskins, assets, routes, anything like that, new scenarios. We make stuff for all of them train simulator platforms, and we have our own Facebook page, which Jake has linked in the chat. We have our own website, which you can go and check out and have a look at. And we also have a YouTube channel as well, which is just literally under the name British Locomotive Studios, which you can go and look at and then see videos of either reviews of train simulator content made by other developers or previews and development vlogs of some of our stuff that's in production. So yeah, so head over there to them and have a look, check it out, give us some support.
Check it out.
Thanks again for those who've watched the stream. I apologise, it's turned into a bit of a whatever. It always does seem to be a bit hilarious, especially with my bad driving at one point, but we won't mention that. Thanks again for joining us. Please don't forget to follow us on Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will catch you for the next one, all being well. Hopefully it won't if it's a long next time. I want to try and get back into it more regularly again, because I still go for phases of doing it and then stopping, doing it, stopping, doing it, stopping. And as Sam said to me off camera earlier, really both the BLS channel and my own thing seems to don't get touched as much anymore, but we'll try. But yeah, thanks again for watching tonight this stream, and we'll catch you for the next one. So it's goodbye from me, Mr. Beeman.
Yeah, goodbye.
Anybody else?
Au revoir.
Good night, guys.
No star.